Welcome to all the fans following racing at Fairview on Friday. Looking forward to 8 races on the turf, and the headliner of course will be the listed Breeders' Guineas, where we have a lot of Cape Raiders visiting and really lifts the standard of the race. Getting us started though in race 1, my selections here 1, 3 and 8 in a maiden plate for fillies over 1,000 metres. I lead with a visitor from the Cape, from the Andre Nel in the way of Real Advisor. Last time out, things didn't go her way. Her prior form does point out she can do better, and I do think she's going to be a very strong contender in the first race. For second, number 3, Rooibos, last time out, didn't quite follow up on that good penultimate, but it wasn't sticky going. She was trying a furlong further, and I think back to 1,000 metres, we'll see a lot better from her. Taking a bit of a chance in the way of number 8, Pearl Dancer, who I'm tipping for third, but the yard do feel that she's showing some really good work, having her first run in the Eastern Cape, and could be a surprise entry for the placings. Race 2 is all to come maiden plate over 1,200 metres, and here I go with numbers 11, 2 and 5. Paris Opera is number 11. Her form is really evident, having had 2 starts for 2 really good seconds. I think she's in the right place to strike. Number 2, National Liberty, 2 fair starts thus far in the Eastern Cape. I think that he's building up and that he can get a look in here for those minor placings. Number 5 is Pure Quality. He's a horse that always finds 1 or 2 to beat him, but he's always a trifecta and quartet inclusion. Race 3 is the Fillies and Mares 66 handicap over 1,200 metres. My first 3 tips here are 1, 5 and 9. So Shine a Light, she's been a hard luck second in both of her latest 2 runs, and I think third time could be the charm here. She does stand out for me, and I am tipping her for the win. Number 5, Sweet Karma, good third last time out, also running off that Forza Crowd form line where she did show good late run. I think she can do enough to get a look in here for that second spot. And number 9, Valeriana, is in really steady form. Carl Stradham aboard, he has booted her to victory before, and her steady form makes a lot of appeal. I think she should be thereabouts again. Race 4 over the 1,200 metre trip is a merit rated 82 handicap. I do think this is a race with some nice form in. The horses, though, that really catch my eye, 4, 8 and 2. Horse number 4 is Double Charge from the Andre Nel yard, and he's racing off some really useful recent Cape form against stronger than what he meets here. Andre does feel that he would be at his best over a furlong further, but I think that type of Cape form could be good enough, so going with him for victory. I tip him to beat number 8, Regimental. Super unlucky on debut. He made no mistakes the next time out and repaid all his followers by finding the winner's box. It was a good win. It promised more. I do think he'll be there again. Number 2, Torrio Lake. Super consistent form, and running as honestly as he is, he should get a look in again. On to race 5, Up and Trip to the mile distance. 3, 4 and 7 are horses of interest for me here. Up early. It is an open field, and that's why I'm going with him. In fairness, he has yet to prove himself on grass, but he's met some decent fields. He's given some good accounts of himself, and I do think that he's got the ability to win in a field as open as this. Number 4, Gold Rock, is a horse that certainly caught the eye on local debut over 2 short last time out behind Regimental, who I do give a chance to in the previous race. I do think he can be there again. And finishing up my first 3 is number 7, that is Take the World. He's done supremely well since making his way to the Eastern Cape, and has won his last 2 starts well. Does mark him having a chance here as a hat-trick, as a horse of interest. On to race 6, staying over the mile trip for a conditions plate for the Fillies and Mares. 9, 6 and 11 are my horses here. Horse number 9, Sailing Ship, features well in the best weighted column. Ran a good race last time out over 1,200. Will relish being back up to the mile, and I do think has got strong claims. Horse to beat, one of the many Greef entries here. The one that catches my eye is number 6, Wallace Simpson. She's in good form, is very well performed over the mile trip, and I do think we'll get a look in. Another Greef runner in the way of number 11, Duchess of Bourbon. She's needed her 2 runs, which have been over shorter. Another horse that features well in the best weighted column. I do think she can get a look in for the minor placings. Race 7 is our listed Breeders' Guineas over the mile trip. We've got a host of Cape entries here which really raise the standard. I am going to stick though with a PE runner in the way of Santa Teresa. That's horse number 1. No secret that the yard rates her. She's racing off the back of 2 very good wins, and I think she could hold her own here with the home ground advantage. Of the Cape runners, I think next best number 3, Brave New World from the Brett Crawford yard. Blinkers go back on. She was green last time out and still ran a good race. She merits respect. Number 4, Gertrude Bell, races off very strong form lines, drawn neatly here. I do think we'll see quite a bit of her in this race as well. Last of the day is race 8 over the 1400 meter trip, and we end up with a maiden plate for the fillies and mares. Here are the numbers that stand out for me. Horses number 2, Lady in Waiting, 12 Sarajevo, and 11 Port Adelaide. Lady in Waiting was an absolutely flying finisher over the 1000 last time out. You've got to feel she's going to love stepping up to the 1400, and I do think she's got claims at victory. I'm expecting to see number 12 Sarajevo come on very well though. She debuted last time out, was green and battled for early pace, really finished well, and trainer comments from Jurgen van Heerden saying that she's come on well from both an educational and a fitness point of view, and good improvement is expected, so I think we'll see her closer. Number 11 Port Adelaide is a Cape Raider from the Andre Nel yard, and 2 fair Cape runs to date. They haven't been outstanding, but never ever underestimate Cape form in Port Elizabeth, especially in the maiden ranks, and I do expect to see her about the action. As far as the PA is concerned, kicking off in race 2, the first leg and the second leg for me will both be bankers. In the first leg, I'm going with number 11 Paris Opera, and off 2 really good seconds, I do think that it could be time for her to find the winner's box. So as far as the PA is concerned, I do make her banker. Her stable companion in race 3 is Shine a Light, and I do think that the Give Me the Green Light filly is also running off 2 very good seconds on the way to find the winner's box herself. So those fillies do stand out for me as bankers in the first 2 legs of the PA. Race 4 and horses 4 and 8 are my entries for the PA, and they are double charge and regimental. They do stand out for me in race 4 and doubling up with them. Race 5, PA leg 4, and open field for me here, so I have gone a little bit wider in the PA and included all of my first 3 selections and then added in another horse. So here I have gone with Up Early, Gold Rock, Take the World, and I have also thrown in the likes of number 6 Attorney General, who makes his way down from Cape Town, and although having his post-maiden runs can be tricky, I do think he merits respect in what looks to be a very open field. Moving on to race 6, and here my PA selections are 9, 6 and 11. So once again, my first 3 choices, and they are all of Sailing Ship from the Tara Lanyard. I do think well weighted, and over the mile she's going to be a big runner. Wallace Simpson, that's horse number 6, will give a lot of cheek, and I think we can expect better from number 11 Duchess of Bourbon as she steps up and trip. The listed Breeders' Guineas is PA leg 6, and here I'm hoping 2 will be enough. I have gone with Santa Teresa, the local hope. I do think that we can expect a good run from her. I do think her danger is number 2, Brave New World. So those are the 2 going in there for me. Last leg of the PA, last race of the day, race 8, and also gone a little bit wider. My first 3 selections go in the way of Lady in Waiting, Sarajevo, and Port Adelaide. All horses I think can be very effective here. Pick 6 leg 1 will kick off in race 3, and I am sticking with my PA banker. I'm going to make it my pick 6 banker as well, and that is number 1, Shine a Light. We've had a lot of discussion about how her form is really solid. She's been a bit unlucky in both of her latest starts, and I think she can come right. I think she could be a pick 6 banker, so starting that off with 1 horse. Pick 6 leg 2. And that is race 4. Here my numbers are 1, 2, 4, 8 and 10. So horses 4, 8 and 2 we have discussed. The horses that I add in are numbers 10 and 1. Number 10 is Evie's First, and he's really just flourished since racing over 12 back on the turf. I do think that he's progressive, and he does have the potential to pop up here. Likewise, number 1, Intrepid Traveller. Her last run may not have been her best, but don't overlook, she was trying a little bit further. And back to 1200 meters, she has held her own against male opposition before. She also could get a look in. Pick 6 leg 3, and as I mentioned earlier, I do think this is one of the more open races on the card. I have gone quite a bit wider. Numbers 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 11 and 15 are horses of interest for me as far as the pick 6 is concerned. I've touched on 3, 4 and 7, so just to have a chat about horse number 2, Palace Queen. She needed her last and can improve. Up Early, Gold Rock, we've had a chat about them. Attorney General as well goes in, as well as number 7, Take the World. And then we could have a little bit of upsets from the likes of number 11, Rigor d'Ora, who finished very well last time out, over 1400, and could be on his way back into form. And number 15, All in Line, a winner last time out, but he takes on similar, hasn't been punished in the ratings, and could get a look in again. On to race 6, and here my pick 6 numbers are 2, 6, 9, 11 and 12. I have touched on 9, 6 and 11. So horse number 2, Lunar Wish. I think that if you go to a penultimate, which was over 1600, track and trip, in fact, that she could be a very interesting runner. So I have thrown her in. And then, although the best weighted horse, Golden Chance, hasn't been over the mile before, she must still prove herself. She is nonetheless best weighted, and she is running in fair form, so I am going to include her just in case. As far as the feature race is concerned, which is leg 5 of the pick 6, definitely put in Santa Teresa and Brave New World. I do think, though, that here number 4, Gertrude Bell, deserves respect for the win. As mentioned a bit earlier, she races with some really strong form lines, and it wouldn't be a surprise at all if she were to get the upper hand. Last leg of the pick 6, race 8, and my initial 3 selections, of course, will go in Lady in Waiting, Sarajevo and Port Adelaide. That's 2, 12 and 11. Over and above, I have included number 1, Madame Seville, who has her first start and relocates with fair Cape form, as mentioned, always to be respected. And of course, the likes of number 8, Princess Zena, who ran a much improved race to finish second last time out and could also be looking very progressive. As far as the jackpot is concerned, it mirrors the pick 6 middle legs, so I'm not going to run through that again. That comes to a total of 525 Rand. As far as best bets and value bets are concerned, my best bet is in race 2, number 11, Paris Opera, and my value bet is in race 6, number 9, Sailing Ship. I hope everybody has a fantastic day's punting as far as Fairview is concerned. Enjoy.